Welcome, Star Wars players, to this Star Wars Battlefront video on how to play Galactic Assault. We are on Feed, which is part of the beta, and I hope you guys are enjoying the beta right now. And I'm going to walk you through how you play this game mode, because some players, as you'll see later in the game, actually are not too sure. So right there is what you have to pick up. That is an iron cannon, iron gun. And there are two locations in the map where it says the word pick up, but that is where they're situated. And the idea is that you head there in your squads and pick up the iron cannon, and I will show you what to do with that in a second. So the idea is that in the first Star Wars Battlefront game you had the uplinks that you would defend as the Rebel Alliance, and the longer you held on to the uplinks the more Y-wings you had to do a bombing run. And then once a bombing run commenced, what that did was made the attack walker vulnerable to attack. And all of you together in your turrets, your guns, your towers, everything would then focus on that walker. The idea here is the same, but rather than having uplinks to defend, you have to pick up these iron cannons, these guns, right there. Pick it up, mate. Do it. And then what happens is, once you've picked it up, as clone troopers, you have to defend and protect them from the battle droids. And obviously the battle droid's idea is to try and stop you from shooting off that cannon against the MTT. Because right now, as you see, it's got a padlock on it, a big red padlock. That means you can't attack it. And this here, I'm too far away and I've got no health. There you go, I can't pick it up. But when you get close enough, it'll have the letter G next to it, and you press G to interact. And a small circle will appear, and then you pick it up. So the transport's now vulnerable. Somebody's shot off a cannon. So I'm going to use my heaviest weapon and attack it. You can attack it anywhere, it doesn't matter where you hit it. Air units can attack too and try and deal as much damage as you possibly can. The window is extremely short, so you have to really be on your toes and attack as soon as you see the chance to do that. And that really is it in a nutshell. And what happens is, as the MTT moves further towards waypoint 2, you still have got the pickup points. Once it reaches the second waypoint, you fall back as a unit, which I'll show you later in this video, and then you try and do as more damage as you possibly can and just hang on. The beauty about this particular mode, and why it's better than what happens in the original Battlefront game, was that by waypoint 2, if you had done little damage to the attack walker, the game was essentially over. If your players didn't play the objectives, for example, the game was essentially over, and no matter what you did at the end, it was a defeat, because you just didn't have enough firepower to defeat the walkers at the end. On this particular map, you've got more opportunities as the Republic to defend and hang on for a victory. So my pal here, I'm protecting him here, he's going to fire off the cannon, there he goes. In we go. So the more players that attack, the more damage it does, and you can shoot anywhere on there, with any weapon you've got in that short window. And as you see, it's a very short window. It took me an age to come around that corner because I pressed my button too early to do my attack. So what happens is, once you fall back to waypoint 2, again you've got pickup points here, like this pickup point here. So I'm gonna just wait. This guy asked me how you do it, so I'm going to tell him how you interact and what you need to do to take out the MTT. And then what happens is, once you fall back to the third waypoint, the MTT is vulnerable again, and then that really is your last chance to stop it. And then what happens is, at the end, how much health the MTT is left with, if you haven't stopped it, will then add on to, as a bonus, onto the Separatist army's push into the throne room. And again, there in the throne room, you have a chance in the corridors to defend and stop them from overriding the shields to the doors. And if they override the shields to the doors, the last chance saloon will be in the throne room. The great thing here is, I think we managed to hold off enough just to win the day with a valiant defence of the throne room. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what your favourite map is that you're looking forward to playing on. Personally, I have got mixed views about the beta right now. I think the reason for that is I played in the closed alpha on this map, and the map is so empty, especially in the early stages. It's so empty, it's just nothing. It's not there's no life in the map. I think that's the problem I'm facing. So I'm looking forward to playing on Hoth. That is a game mode I'm really looking forward to. So right here now, this is a chance to do as much damage as you can whilst it's vulnerable, and people are sort of popping off the iron guns and making you on the window. So I get some bonus points with my... Oh, sorry about that. Unfortunately, I've got a bad habit because I was playing Battlefield 1. I'm having to rebind my keys so I can get used to how I used to play in the original game. But unfortunately, there's a bug in the game where it doesn't always remember your key binds sometimes. So sometimes I forget to reset them. And that is it. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I will bring you some Battlefront gameplay over the weekend, and from the droid army point of view, how to attack on this game mode. But thanks again for your support, and I hope to see you guys in the next Star Wars video. May the Force be with you.